Hello, this is J.R. Stewart, the conservative social justice warrior. And this is another installment, another walkaway video. The story continues. It's an ongoing saga. And today, rather than discuss the past, I'm going to bring it forward to current events. So I haven't, and I'm just going to say, in the interest of full disclosure, I have not seen this letter. I have not read it for myself. I'm going to assume that CNN, USA Today, MSNBC are telling us the truth about this letter. So you may ask, well, what exactly is the letter, JR? What are you talking about? So it's been reported that there's this letter that was sent to Joe Biden, signed by 100 plus black men. Well, I think it was 100 plus black women also. But initially the story was 100 plus black men sent a letter to Joe Biden pretty much demanding that he pick a black woman to be his VP candidate. And the reason for this is they said that the black woman who's been the most loyal, the most faithful, the most everything to the Democrat Party, still by your side through thick and thin. I mean, basically, she's been your ride or die, is what they were saying. And that she has not received, she's been stepped on, pushed aside, disrespected by the Democrat Party. And like, wait a minute, am I hearing this correctly? Because the conservative social justice warrior, how many times have I made this statement in groups, on videos? Literally, in my lifetime, thousands of times to sleeping people who don't want to see the truth. I made the same argument. You guys have seen my walkaway video. I point out how the Democrat Party destroyed the black family, opened the back door for the black man to run his cowardly ass out and abandon his children and walk away from his woman also. But now, these woke 100 black men, you now want to send a letter to Joe Biden saying the same thing I've been saying for years, all my adult life. Okay. Let me think about this for a moment. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. And I'm going to try to bring it down a little bit. Because you guys know I get emotionally charged. And this is already pretty much at, I don't know, DEFCON 5. The black man who I charge with being a coward, who walked out on your children, walked out on the woman in your life, abandoned the family at the first chance you got, and never looked back. The Democrat Party, who was the primary focus to destroy the black family, primarily for political reasons, not the nonsensical war on poverty that Lyndon Baines Johnson thought he was fighting for, didn't realize that he was putting in place a program to basically cripple black families for generations. And I understand people make mistakes. Even though Joe said he made a mistake with the crime bill. I'm going to get to that in a minute. First, let me deal with the black men. Collectively, when I say black men, I mean, me, I'm a black man also. Collectively, black men walked out of their family, walked out on their families. This is not me just saying this. We know history. We know what happened. And we know the political party, the Democrats, who were primarily responsible, with a few silly Republicans, liberals, Republicans, that we call rhinos, never Trumpers, backstabbers. We have them in our party too, helping them. And some of them, I'm pretty sure, thought they were doing the right thing. But it has been a disaster. And there's been no desire, none, to fix it. And so these 100 black men, or whoever they are, signatures, people like Charlemagne the God, and P Daddy Puffy, whatever his damn name is. No disrespect, but I'm just bad with names. So, and whoever else signed the silly document. There's a whole list of rappers, pastors, this person, that person. Basically, these are all your black minions that I talk about. When I say sycophant black minions who do their white masters, slave masters bidding, these are the people that I'm talking about. So you now, black man, you want to step up for the black woman. Where have you been? You say the Democrat Party has stepped all over the black woman as she's been the most faithful. And I agree, she has been the most faithful to the Democrat Party. Black men come and go. White women have come and gone. Their support, is fluid. Even white people, their support for the Democrat Party is fluid. But the black woman, she has been the most faithful. She's been the most faithful to a party that provides her children with a crappy education. Inner city schools or school districts, who are they run by? Look at the membership, the composition of the school boards. And then you come back and you tell me that the Democrat Party has not provided your children, black man, white, black woman, with a crappy education. These are schools I wouldn't send my 3 dogs to because I love them too much. And this is the reason I speak out against this every opportunity I get, because I love my people. I'm trying to wake my people up to see what's going on. And so now black men want to step up to the plate. Where have you been, black man? Where were you when the Democrat Party pushed you out of the household? Why didn't you go back? Millions of your babies are walking around fatherless. I talked about the impact. Every study I've read, I spent 2 weeks of my time not reading books, not reading anything, doing anything productive other than reading these studies. And they all said the same thing. Absentee fathers, very bad. And Candace Owen, Larry Elders, and the rest, when they say this is the #1 issue affecting the black community, they're absolutely correct, but they are not doing it justice. Because the #2 issue, through the rest, combine all the other issues together, they do not equal this one issue. You fix this issue, you fix most of the rest of them. So you're going to send a letter now to Joe Biden. I can only imagine, man, I'm wrapping my head around this. Joe Biden got that letter and said, this must be a joke. Who are these silly men to be demanding that I do something? As if I take them serious. As if the Democrat Party takes the black man serious. You are a coward. You wouldn't stand up for your family. You wouldn't stand up for your children. You wouldn't stand up for your wife. How in the world will the Democrat Party take you serious? You're a joke to them. You will never be their equal. The most you will be is one of their sycophants, one of their minions. And you will only get that status as long as you do their bidding. You step out of line, they're going to come after you, and you know that. They know how cowardly you are. They know how punkish you are. They have punked you. Real men don't respect punk men, not in that fashion. And the Democrat Party would never, ever respect you, black man, because you don't have strength of character. You didn't have enough decency to stand up for yours when you had a chance. You still don't. You're writing this letter now where you acknowledge that that Democrat Party, that skank party, has stepped all over black women. And you think that somehow putting Kamala Harris on the ticket makes up for that? Somehow nominating and electing Barack Obama makes up for that? Well, it made up for you. Oh, well, JR, we got this, Democrats put a black man in office, so we're good. Now we're going to look out for the black woman. Well, you know what? Barack Obama, Kamala Harris, the two of them don't make up for anything. Black people are still catching hell. And here's why they're catching hell, black man, since you want to defend somebody now. They're catching hell because you guys are chasing the tail, licking the ass of a political party that has done you wrong, and now I have proof. I have the proof. You acknowledge in your letter that you signed that the Democrat Party has stepped all over the black woman. Well, not just the black woman. Yeah. They ran your punk ass out of the household also. You know, you showed your true ass and your color when you abandoned your kids. Not just then, even now. You continue to show your ass. Can't respect you, man. They have no respect for you. You have no character. And here's another example of how they don't respect you. They're now pushing out the role models for your kids. Not men of character. Oh, no. They're pushing the homosexual agenda to the black community. There's a reason why the #1 killer of black women is AIDS. Imagine that. They want Don Lemon to be, or Lamont, or whatever his damn name is, to be the role model for your young black boys that you're not there to raise. Van Jones, Charles Blow, all the girly black men they can find. They just keep on Melvin Smith, big head Roland Martin. They just keep, as long as you're not a strong black man and you're willing to drink the blue tea Kool-Aid, come on aboard. As long as you sign on that dotted line, you're going to be faithful to the Democrat Party, be a good minion. And I'm saying minion, but you guys know exactly what that is. Dog whistle is a dog whistle, microaggression code word for. Yeah, all these terms you guys come up with, that's exactly what it is. I'm being kind by calling you a minion. I could call you something much worse. But you know who you are. You know what you've done. And I don't want to hear a few black men step up and, well, JR, I take care of mine. Yeah, right. Well, you know what? Here's a letter that you should write, Joe Biden. You know, when Joe Biden was vice president and the black man was president, why didn't you write the letter then to let them know how detrimental that crime bill had been to the black community? Oh, no, you couldn't find a pen then, could you? You wasn't trying to sign a letter at that point. You didn't dare speak up. And even if you did, guess what? The black man wasn't trying to listen to you. He has no respect for you or value for you because he know the history of his party. He know what was done. He know how punkish and cowardly you are. So you can come asking all you want. Please. Please. I'm not going to do anything about it. And what are you going to do? You're going to not vote for me when I run again? I'm here to just sell you hope. Not do anything because nothing's going to change. Just give you some hope. That's it. That's all I'm about. Didn't do anything about the sentencing guidelines. And, who cared? Barack Obama was too busy cutting funding, killing the program for the DC voucher program. Huh? Why didn't you write a letter then? Those were black kids trying to get a good education, trying to escape the DC educational program, which is lousy, one of the worst in America. When he cut that program, he cut off the avenue for inner city black kids to get a good quality education at a private school. Why didn't you write a goddamn letter at that point? Huh? Where were you signed? Where were all the signatures at that point? When he cut money for the HBCUs, increased money for Latino schools, but cut money for black schools. See, this is all a test. We have to be sure, Barack, that you're the ideologue that you claim to be. We're going to ask you to do a couple of things to prove your worthiness. That DC voucher program, get rid of it. Those black schools, a few of them, Barack, are starting to produce some students that are getting a little uppity. Check those kids over at Princeton. They're speaking out against Woodrow Wilson. We can't have that. Some of them are even starting to embrace the conservative doctrine. Can't have that at Barack. Send a warning shot across the bow. Let them know that if they don't do something about this and clamp down on it, they're going to be hell to pay. So cutting that funding was just a warning shot to get their attention. But then here's the coup de grace. He then comes back and tell the black chancellors and presidents of the schools, hey, I got good news for you. I'm cutting your money, but you guys can now compete for that STEM money. It's in a larger pot, which I believe only a few schools, I think Hampton and maybe a couple other, even qualified for. Where was your letter writing campaign at that point? Huh? The 100 black men, 100 black women, where was the letter at that point to Barack Obama? Well, then Joe Biden running for office. I'm so sorry about that crime bill I helped architect and write. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done it. Yeah, when you're trying to hustle a black vote, now you're sorry? Hmm? Joe, you've been in politics all these years. After you saw the end effect of what you had did, why didn't you do anything, lift a finger to change it? Hell, why didn't you jump on board when the president, the racist president, Donald Trump, as you guys call him, his son-in-law, Jared, who's been great, Tim Scott, who's been great. Why didn't you get on board at that point? Why didn't you lend your name in your politics and wait behind the effort to do something about it? You did nothing, Joe. You stood on the sideline. You criticized. Now you want us to believe that you're sorry. And then you got your black sycophant minions, cowardly black men sending you a letter. And I can just imagine, like I said, I wish I was in the room when he got the letter. He probably looked at his aides and said, is this a joke? Who are they to be demanding anything from me? Bunch of cowards. They won't even take care of their children. Fix up the neighborhoods. They don't have enough good sense to demand good schools for their kids. And now they're, we all know that the party has stepped over and stepped on, pissed on black women. We know that. But hell, who are they to be demanding anything at this point? And you know what, Joe? You're absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Who are these weak, feckless mama boys now who want to step up and do something for black women, write a letter, don't want to write a letter for the kids? Well, JR, I take care of, you take care of yours. How selfish. What about the millions of other black kids that have to attend school in these rotten schools, inner city schools? Why aren't you writing a letter for them? Why aren't you using your political clout to do something about that? Well, JR, our white, liberal, progressive, Marxist slave masters don't want us to. No, I understand. I do. I really do. I do understand. They really don't want you to, so you can't. Your hands are tied. Can't get to the keyboard. Can't find a pen. This is how pathetic the black man is. And don't realize, the more you kiss the ass of that party, the more you fight and do all their bidding, hoping one day they're going to accept you as their equal. They're going to bring you into the fold. Even the political god, Barack Obama, they may like him because he's an ideologue. He put his party above his people. But for that reason, he had no character. And even though the folks on the left don't respect him, they like him, they don't respect him. Why? Because he sold his people out. Black man, you sold your family out. You sold your children out. You continue to do it. Barack Obama demonstrated his willingness to sell his people out even more. Did nothing for black people while he was in office. Oh, well, JR, he gave us brother's keeper. Nobody knows what the hell that is, or what in the hell they've done to uplift black people, to undo some of the damage that was done by the Democrat Party. But now you want to make yourself feel good and write a letter. Well, you know what? You keep writing your letter. Last I heard, Joe Biden picked Kamala Harris to be his running mate. That solves it all, JR. The black people are free now. We're equal now. No, you're not. But I will tell you this. I'm going to leave you with this. There is one place that you can come right now and be free. That were white people, those very people that you love and kiss up to, lick their ass, begging them, hoping that one day they treat you and consider you their equal. This is what you've been fighting for, equality. There's one place you can go and get that. It's called the Republican Party. I promise you, and here's my challenge. If you don't believe me, find a Republican headquarters in your county, go to the website, find out when they're meeting, go to a meeting. You're going to find people there who embrace you. People there are going to welcome you with open arms. There are going to be people there who are going to encourage you in whatever pursuit that you're doing. People are going to tell you, hey, if there's anything I can do to help you out, let me know. And that's not just lip service. They mean it. If you want to change your schools, improve the schools, you don't necessarily have to pack up and try to move to the suburbs where Republican-run schools, two Republican-run schools. Start electing Republicans and conservatives to your school board. And I promise you, they'll turn that mess around. You start spending time with fellow conservatives who value family. If you value family and want to raise your children, be a good leader to the woman in your life, provide them an excellent opportunity to be successful in life, pass your thought and your wisdom on to the next generation. Start spending time with conservatives. Hang out with them. You'll find that you have a lot in common. Black people are very communal people. Conservatives are very communal people. Why? Because we believe in the human spirit. You will never find a conservative that's going to tell you what you can't do. No one's going to tell you that, hey, every step you take, white folks are going to push you back 3 steps. No one's going to give you this, oh, you got to work twice as hard to get half the pay of white people. None of that nonsense. You're going to find people that's going to be very encouraging, that say, hey, we value you, we respect you, we want you to succeed. So you let me know. And if you get involved with the party, start adopting the philosophy of the party and of conservatives, you're going to find what these thousands, tens of thousands of folks doing their walkaway videos have discovered. How their life would change by changing parties. Stop supporting your enemy and expecting things to get better. Stop. It hadn't worked in the past, it's not working now, and it won't work in the future. It will not. And the primary reason, because the elites of the Democrat Party and the black millions who kiss their ass and do their bidding do not, cannot, will not ever accept you as your equal. You're always going to be pathetic to them. You're always going to be the one who can't get a driver's license to go vote because you don't have $20, or you don't have internet on your phone, or you don't have access. You don't know where DMV is. These are the people who always make excuses for you. And you always take the back door they provide for you. Yeah, JR, I really can't learn anything because my white liberal, socialist, progressive, Marxist slave master, said I'm too dumb. And before you start writing Garth Reed that that's not the case, just check out what Joe Biden said recently. That black folks are a bunch of simpletons. You're not like those Latinos, those Hispanics. They're diverse. They have different values, different things they're pursuing. But them simple black folks, I don't think they know is what we tell them. It's, it reminds me of one of the characters in Porgy and Bess, the play written by George Gershwin. One of the characters in the play, black, makes a statement that I got plenty of nothing, and nothing is plenty for me, and that's the black community. Thank you.